Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Sully, and welcome back to a build update of the Reef Runner 28 Tournament Edition. I think this is like build number 4 update here. You can see the whiteboard behind us here. We are getting a lot of items clicked off the old list there for things to get done, and we are plugging along. And if you look behind me here, we have a pair of the Verado V10s now successfully mounted and hung on there. If we take a look over here as we walk around, you're going to see all of the Merc rigging. We've gone ahead, we've got that all laid out here. We want to make sure we've got everything we need on the rig front for this. So we've got that going on. So let's hop on board after the holiday weekend and let's see what the team has got up to get this boat ready for the Newport International Boat Show. All right, guys, so as we hop on board, one of the first things the team has accomplished since the last update, gone ahead in here and we have upgraded the live well lights. Those are now the Lumishore color tunable lights. So now we can go ahead and have a nice little light show if you decide you want to make that a mini jacuzzi area back there for you instead of your live well. You can get some lighting going on with that. While we are talking about lighting, take a look up here. We have the Lumishore spreader lights. We have matching on both sides. I've gone ahead and I've color matched those. So we've taken some quantum paint in a rattle can. It's a 2-part paint, works out really awesome for projects like this. And now it's gonna blend in a little bit nicer up here instead of having all of that white housing up there. It's the same thing that we did on the light bar up front as well. So we've got the spreader lights installed on there. That cabling's been run down. We've gone ahead and we've swapped out the overhead lights, keeping with our black and white motif here. And we have the Lumishore lights, and you can see here, these have the black accent on them as well. So just kind of keeping that whole look and hoping everything nice and clean. When it comes to the dash, we showed you guys this the last time. Everything's laid out there. All of our switches just arrived today, so now we're going to go ahead and get to work on installing all of those switches in there and getting everything wired up. You can see we've also got our second sub has decided to come back from vacation, so now we have the complete Rockford Fosgate stereo system installed. That again is 12 of the 8-inch speakers, as you see right there. We've got 12 of those guys throughout the boat and a pair of 10-inch subs, as I just showed you. And we also have 3 amps, 2 5-channels, 1 4-channel. And we are pushing that all through the Rockford Fosgate system. And we're also going to have this via NEMA 2000 into our MFDs for control as well. So we got that going on. Now let's take a look, a little bit deeper dive into what has been happening down in the console here. So take a look inside here, guys, and look everything. If we're looking up forward, this is our house distribution. We've touched on it before, but you can see everything is very nicely labeled in here. And we also see here we've left service loops on things. So if we have to move things, do anything, we have the ability with those service loops right there. And again, keeping everything per ABYC standards, make sure we've got everything nicely labeled. Everything's very easy to get at. Once we have what these are all going to, these will all get labeled as well. So we've got all of that taken care of. And then as we make our way over to the port side here, you're going to see the amps. And again, keeping everything all nicely labeled. We have, these are our pair of 5-channel amps. This is our 4-channel amp. You can see we've got our power going here. We've got everything else that we need. Everything is labeled. We've run speaker wires over to here, so we have distribution if we ever need to change out an amp or anything. We don't cut wires. We can just pull this off right here and pull this whole thing out and get that all taken care of. So it makes everything really serviceable and easy to access. Then as we look over my shoulder here, you can start to see all of the Lumishore modules that have been mounted in here, as well as the Rockford Fosgate black box for the stereo. So we've got all of our drivers here, and again, we've kept everything kind of labeled. It's a little harder to see in these videos here, but everything is labeled as to where each of those modules are for. And then you can also see here we have our remote battery switches labeled. We've got our ground right there, and then you can see we have our 12-volt system battery right there, and then we also have our nav electronics fuse panel there, and you can start to see some of these other items from the Merc rig tube. And then also, as we take a look up here, you can see we have our keyed ignition, we have the labels, we have our remote battery switches, and then you can see the backside here, we're going to put in all of our switches through there, get that thing all pulled down and get that all wired up. We're going to get our NEMA, we're going to get our Ethernet, get everything all wired into here. We got our VHF right there, we've got all of that good stuff. So that is what's been going on the Reef Runner 28 Tournament Edition build for Twin Tails Yachts. We're getting so close to the finish line now, guys. I think in the next update, we should start bringing some things online here for you. I think we're going to have a special guest appearance, somebody flying up from Florida for this one to give us a hand, making sure we're hitting just everything just right to make sure we have a great boat to showcase at the Newport International Boat Show in like a week and a half or something. I think we move in on the 6th or the 8th. We give them a hand with that one. So that's it, guys. Make sure to give us a follow and a like. If you've got any questions about this build, any of the other builds, or anything else, hit us up down below, or sales@navtronics.com. Or if you want to know more about the boat, maybe you want to buy the boat, Adrian@twintailsyachts.com will also be able to take care of any of those questions for you. So that's it. That's all we got. We'll see you with another update real soon. Peace.